Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm here today to walk you through my first paycheck to paycheck Dave Ramsey EveryDollar app. It's not a new app. I just set my Dave Ramsey EveryDollar app up to budget with paycheck to paycheck. So join me as I go through and show you what I've done and how I'm doing it. And I would hope to do 2 or 3 of these videos every month to show you ending one month, setting up the next month, 2 first paycheck, second paycheck, going into the third, going into the next month. So it's just this repetitive process every other week. It'll probably go up about the same time as my paycheck to paycheck budget sheets that I actually handwrite out and put videos out for. So I'm doing it twice, but I do it to share with you guys, and hopefully you get some benefit out of it and enjoy that and learn and better enhance your ability to budget either with the app or with pen and paper. So here we go. Let's get started. Here's my EveryDollar app right here. And we're looking at the income section. So my husband's military retirement deposit came in, his VA disability deposit came in, VA education deposit came in, and my son's rent came in, as well as the dividend. Now last night my husband got paid. It was Friday. He gets paid every other Friday with a salary check from the company he works for. There was a little hiccup. The company he works for actually had overpaid my husband and several other people in the company their salary. They did not adjust properly. They transitioned from one payroll system to another, and not all the information translated properly. So now we're stuck with extra money that we weren't expecting, and we know we can't spend because it wasn't ours to begin with. And with companies, they have many options of getting that money back. Sometimes they just deduct it from your checking account. I think they could do that. I don't know for sure. Do some research on that one. They could definitely deduct it out of your paycheck for sure. And they could take all of it all at once. And we've had that happen before in the Navy many, many years ago, early on, where they overpaid my husband and then took it all out at once out of his paycheck. And we couldn't make rent that month. And it's always horrible when that happens. Some companies are willing to be flexible, take it out in allotments over time. I don't know what his company's going to do right now, so we've got to hold on to it and wait and figure out what they're going to do. Because if you hold on to it and save it, when you get paid the next time and they remove all that money out, then guess what? You have it still, and you can still pay your bills and make your rent or whatever it is that you need to pay for that time period. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I'm going to do it in my EveryDollar app, and we'll go from there. So this is the paycheck we're talking about that my husband got. I was expecting, and this is his salary without any overtime, without any extras, because he didn't go anywhere over the holidays. He was home. He was on vacation for 2 weeks and just kind of chilled with everybody. And so he wasn't traveling on business. There were no reimbursements, nothing like that. So this is what should have come in. And if you've seen my previous paychecks videos, you would see this is a normal number for us when he does not travel. My husband is the only income person in the house, and our son pays us rent, but that's it. I don't put anything of mine in here. Here we go. I'm going to take that number out. My husband's actual paycheck amount was $2,907.03. All right, now you're going to see, sorry if I keep hovering over my picture there. This is the difference, $637.49. I am over budget. I have to budget somewhere. I have to put it somewhere. I have to assign it to something so it does not get spent. The best way I thought to do this was to put it in the, did I decide on, I was thinking either putting it here, because this balance forward actually is the buffer of my checking account, or put it here and just make it a line item as a savings, like I'm going to save it, I plan to save it, and it deducts it from the total, but it actually, in the end of the month, I will probably not put it in savings, or not the end of the month, but when the next paycheck comes, I have a feeling they're going to take all of it out. I don't know. just leave it in the checking account, but pretend it's saving in the checking account. Just a way to deduct it from the total so I don't use it as part of my buffer to spend on, and keep it saved. Because the reason I'm hesitant to put it in the savings account at this time is because in 2 weeks I might need it. Well, just let it sit in the checking account for 2 weeks, earmark it for savings, but not actually put it there, and then go, oh, okay, it's still sitting there when his regular paycheck comes in again in 2 weeks, and all the numbers have been fixed. And if they deducted the entire amount, then I have that amount already sitting in the checking account. So that's how I plan to do it. Now, if you are worried that you might spend that money and it's too close, take it out, move it. I'm not worried about doing it. I keep a close eye on what we spend. Shouldn't need to. There's over $3,000 in there. We're not actually going to spend that buffer. That is earmarked for my husband's Jeep lift. If you've seen any of my other videos, he's planning to lift his Jeep a couple inches. I don't know. It's a guy thing. And this was his savings money, but we're just using it out of our checking account. So I have no problem earmarking that for that and leaving it sitting in the checking account. We do stuff like that all the time, but not everybody can do that. And back in about 4 or 5 years ago, we had to move money out of the account so we would not spend it if we were going to save it even for 2 weeks, because we were not that responsible. Now we're in a good place. Now we have developed a system, and we are very intentional with our money, and we're very purposeful on how we set things up, and we are comfortable that we won't spend it. And we behave so much better now than we ever have before with money and the intentionality with money. So yeah, that was a lot of explanation. So here we go. I'm just going to add a line item. I'm going to call it overpayment of paycheck. So, and leave it at that. I'll probably only have it here for this month view. It probably won't go to the next month. If it does, when it does, I'll just delete it because I probably won't need it again. It's not something I want to continuously track or have in my regular budget, because more than likely it's not going to be there. So let's go ahead and type in the left to budget. So the way the EveryDollar app works is a simple addition subtraction app. And when you have the planned amount, it deducts from the number up here. That's all I want to do is make it an EveryDollar budget. I'm assigning it to this overpayment of paycheck section. I'm not moving it out of my checking account. I'm not doing anything with it. I'm just assigning it a placeholder in this budget. That way I can put accurate numbers in, and if I need that money, I can change it from overpayment to something else I need it for in a different category. So right now I'm going to put that number in, 63749. Okay. Now I have not actually moved that money into savings. You can see here, it shows that I need to put it in there. It's not going to get there. It's actually just going to sit there until the next paycheck in this EveryDollar app. And then what I can do is release it for the next paycheck in order to pay the next bills. So I would just kind of delete this when the next paycheck comes in, if it's short this amount, and I'm ready to go, and it'll be part of the budget, and I can actually use it as part of the budget. For right now, I just want to keep it at an EveryDollar budget and leave it at that, and just kind of park this number right here. That's all I'm doing, nothing else. I'm not actually going to put it into savings. And as far as savings this month, I'm not really going to change anything here because I don't know how much I'm actually going to put at savings. I do my transfer to savings at the end of the month because that's when I have the most amount of money available and least amount of bills, and I'm comfortable moving it all over before the next month, and I know what's going to come the next month. So that's how that works. So once that comes in and I see how much money we have left over, then I can decide, okay, how much is going into our 6-month emergency fund. Right now we only have $1,000, and I have $1,000 emergency fund. So the baby starter emergency fund and then another $1,000 here. So we're good with that. So now moving on to the paycheck to paycheck part of my EveryDollar app. Now that I've taken care of extra money that we're just going to hold on to, yes, I'll send in the checking, but at least it's no longer part of the budget that we're going to spend. It's parked in the savings section of this budget, and we'll just let it save in the checking account. Let's see, where to go? Oh, it's at the top. Okay, so paycheck one. Now, I do have to reconcile every paycheck period because of how I spend in my spending categories. I've created a miscellaneous unbudgeted, which I did not have before because I'm spending out of my buffer so much more and confusing my budget and me so much. It's just, Christmas was crazy out of my budget. So I actually had something last month that my numbers were off, and they were off because I had an unbudgeted item both in my miscellaneous category and miscellaneous unbudgeted. So, and now that I think about it, I might just change that from miscellaneous unbudgeted to just unbudgeted because I'm confusing myself with that. And so I'm going to take that word out. Just, it's unnecessary. Unbudgeted. There we go. We're fine now. So I'm going to have to put in my books that way too. Groceries, household. I overspent in that category. As you can see, sorry, I was distracted by my phone. So as you can see, I'm over budget in this category. So I need to change this category. So let's see here. I need to bump this up to $332.60. But before I do that, I'm going to do the math. Because what I do when I'm over budget here, I have to borrow from this paycheck in order to stay in balance. My categories are set up for a specific amount of money, $1,000 for grocery household stuff for the entire month. Restaurants is $650, miscellaneous is $550, gasoline is $250. Unbudgeted is $0, unless I actually put into it or spend from it, which is our buffer category. Yeah, that's a thing. So yeah, that's what that's how much I put in each category for the entire month. And then I break it down paycheck to paycheck. And I actually break it down also week to week when I do my weekly budgets. Just kind of keeps me narrow focused on how much in control of my spending I need to do. You don't have to do all these styles of budgeting. If you do one or two of these and it works for you, that works. I create budget sheets. I do this to share and teach people many different ways of doing it, and I enjoy doing it all. So I'm not saying you have to do it all these different ways, but if this is something that works for you and you only want to do it on the app, then that's what you should do. Let's see here. So I budgeted $500 down here for grocery household in my spending budget for paycheck 2. I need to reduce that by the $32.60 that I overspent in paycheck 1. So I'm going to take that $500 minus the $32.60, and I'm going to make this number $467.40. Okay. Now I have $32.60 left in the budget to budget with. Now I can come up here and I can go, okay, I can do $332.60. Oops. There we go. And now that's zeroed out because budget 1, paycheck 1 is closed. I need to adjust for that. Same thing with the restaurants here. So I have $325. I need to subtract the $4.11 I went over. And I need to put down here $320.89. There we go. Now I have $411 here. I'm at $204.11. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to use my other keyboard because it might be a little easier here. There we go. Okay, so the next one I have is this miscellaneous category. And this is just a category I use to buy clothes or to buy school supplies or to buy whatever random stuff that we don't have every month, but we still need to track. So that was over by $18.33. My miscellaneous from the next paycheck period is $275. That's $18.33. That means I reduce this here by $256.67. There we go. Now we're all set. So let's increase that one to, let's see, all right, $168.33. Whoops. There we go. Now we're still on an EveryDollar budget. Oops, sorry about that. Gasoline, I did not spend all of it. So what I need to do is add this to my gas budget down here. So we're going to go here and we're just going to put the $27.71 that you see that was actually spent here in order to zero it out. Now I still have $34.79 to budget. So I'm going to go here. 125 plus the, using a calculator, 125 plus the 34.79, and that gives, I did the wrong numbers, very sorry, 25 plus 34.79, there we go, much better, 159.79, $159.79. That is my new budget there, and now I'm back into an EveryDollar budget. That means every penny I have coming in and everything penny going out is being logged, or it has a place or has a home, and I'm telling it where to go and what to do. And that's what you want to do with your money. You want to tell your money what to do, not your money tell you what you have to do. So you're telling it, here, this is what I want you to do. This is your one and only job. That's what you do. And yeah, so that's how I reconcile a paycheck to paycheck budget in EveryDollar. And so I can keep track of what's actually in my checking account, actual cash, for that paycheck period. For me, it's great to budget for the month, but I need to know actual cash so I don't overspend in actual cash in my budget. And I just break it down for the paycheck periods. This is what I physically have cash in my checking account for what my goal is to spend on these categories. And that is very important to me. As you can see, I've already spent in categories. I've already gone to Walmart and bought a good amount of groceries. I've already gone to Harris Teeter to get some odds and ends that I couldn't get at Walmart. And then down here, we've had restaurants. We had ordered pizza last night for the whole family, and then, or a couple pizzas and stuff. Miscellaneous, got a few items there. Amazon. My son loves those little stress balls, and he has to have them while he's in school. And even though he's not in school right now, he physically in school, first 2 weeks of January, they're at home, and then they're part-time school when they do go back 2 days a week. So he likes to have those there when he stresses out at school. And the teachers allow him to do that. So it's better than a fidget spinner. So, but yeah, I categorize, I put it in, we're ready to go. And I know if I needed to buy groceries today, I only have $348.87. If you do a monthly budget, that $348.87 remaining plus this $200 would be combined, and it would look like there's $584 in the account to do it, and there's not. This is just for the paycheck that my husband just got in. Now, yes, we have a lot of money in the checking account for a specific spend that we're planning to do, but we don't want to spend it, and we don't want to spend the overage in the paycheck because we might need it for we'll definitely need it for the next paycheck, depending on how they take the money back. So it's just one of those things. You got to know your categories, where you spend, and how much you typically spend in those categories, so you can stay within your budget. And this is what I've come up with for our family of 4 adults, and I'm sure yours would look completely different. You may separate your groceries from your household because you buy them at different times. Some people, one person buys the groceries, the other person buys the household stuff. Maybe you put toothpaste and toothbrush with your groceries, but toiletries and paper products are with household. It's all personal, up to you on how you want to spend your money, what categories you want to put your money in, and do it from there. It works. It really does work. You just have to know your money and know yourself and know your money. I think that's the name of Rachel Cruz's book. If you haven't seen it, it just came out on January 5th, I believe. There's an audio version you can purchase. There's a digital download, and then there's the physical book. And it goes in depth of what you grew up in your household and how money was talked about and why you act and behave with money now. And knowing that could be a game changer on working on your budget, working on debt freedom, and growing wealth and all of that. So it's a great system. It's a great book so far. I've only gotten into chapter 4, but definitely take a look at it and see if you're interested and everything. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not going to go in further on any of my bills or anything like that because, to be honest, nothing's really changed there. It was just the spending categories I wanted to show you guys. And if you have questions or comments, please leave in the comment section below. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.